All right, Fave 5. This is our top 5, or just our favorites. Please list down your favorites. Fave 5, AEW men's wrestlers. We're going to get all the AEW men, all the AEW women, the WWE, and all the other companies. And we're going to mess around with Fave 5s just because, you know what? There's only so many times we can go, guys, this guy said this on Twitter.
That and there hasn't been much wrestling news this week anyways.
Yeah, it's been pretty rough. All right, so I'm going to go, let's go backwards, okay? You have your list in front of you. I got my list in front of me. I'm going to go honorable mention, okay? Just because we haven't seen enough of him, but I absolutely love him. Honorable mention, not my Fave 5, even though I love him. Fave 5, maybe overall, we'll do another day. But Fave 5 and AEW, honorable mention, Ibushi. Just because we haven't seen enough of him. That's my honorable mention.
We're getting a limited view version of Ibushi where it looks like he's definitely changed his style.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any honorable mentions?
I have an honorable. I moved him down for my number 5 because it felt wrong to have my number 5 not in the top 5.
All right.
But Prince Nana. I think Prince Nana has fucking shined. He has been phenomenal every time he's on screen. Here's the big thing I think for me that that stands out is Swerve Strickland is a bad guy. You know, there's no denying it. He's a villain. That's the character. He's a bad guy. But Prince Nana is so fun that you still catch everyone's dancing with it, all that. People still love his theme and everything. He's a bad guy, but everybody loves him because he's amazing in ring and on mic. One of the most fluid wrestlers ever. But Prince Nana just brings so much to it.
I 100% agree. All right, my number 5. This might come as a shock because I felt like he'd be higher up the list.
John Cena's not in this company.
No. MJF. MJF's my number 5. I think he does great. I think his character, I think him and Adam Cole together has been amazing. I think Adam Cole getting injured kind of slowed him down. Him in the Bullet Club is a bit off. Him not wrestling as much, kind of. He's amazing. He's in my Fave 5 of all, and this is a big roster. So being in the top 5 is a big thing, because this is like top 5 of 800. Jesus, Tony and fucking H over there are signing everybody. But my number 5 is MJF. He wrestles more and more Adam Cole stuff, but you really can't get knocked. And I know he's number 1 for a lot of people. His stake for me really has rose, but number 5, the champ, MJF.
Okay, that's fair. I rate him higher, but I see with your logic. For me, number 5, I couldn't make the list and not have him in my top 5. Kenny Omega.
Oh, Kenny as low as 5. Damn you, Tony Khan. Damn you, Dixie Khan.
He hasn't won a pay-per-view in so long. But Kenny Omega, when he was at his peak with the belts, was one of the best periods of wrestling ever for me in terms of my excitement to watch every minute. I couldn't get enough Kenny Omega on my screen. And I still love Kenny Omega. He is amazing. I don't love everything that he's been doing lately, but I still love Kenny Omega and undeniably think he's one of the top 5 best AEW has.
All right. Number 4, Daniel Bryan. I think him being hurt, but he's absolutely fantastic. Great wrestler. And they signed a lot of WWE guys that don't fit what the original AEW was supposed to be. He fits everything AEW is supposed to be.
Well, because he was ROH.
Yeah, it's true. That probably definitely does help. But I just think, and it always cracks me up because people are like, oh, there's no more stars now CM Punk is gone. I'm like, what are you talking about? How is Daniel Bryan not a star?
Yeah.
Or Daniel
Bryan had to carry the WWE when Punk left before. Yeah.
And he's wrestled with a broken arm. He's just a man's man and just absolutely fucking amazing. He's number 4, and I almost bumped him up to number 3. It was a close call. But if like if I took over AEW and it's like Koco's taking over, I'd cut a lot of the former WWE guys instantly. He would definitely not be one that I cut.
Yeah.
All right. Who's your number 4?
My number 4. All right. Pound for pound, I think the most entertaining performer in wrestling right now is Cardblade. Number 4 for me is definitely Cardblade. He is so over with me, it's not even funny. I'm more into Cardblade than I am all of the rest of the Bullet Club. I am into Cardblade. And he's just a cardboard cutout of Jay White, but he's so good at what he does. He has the presence. He's always ready. He's got the great pose. Cardblade is my number 4.
Here's the thing. I want to fucking rail back and be like, you're an idiot and throw a banana on your head. You know, that's the rage I'm feeling.
I have a banana
but
on my head.
I'd throw a second one. To me, I don't like sports entertainment when it's overdone, but that's fucking hilarious. And I want them to use them more. Like, I just get mad when they don't involve them.
I want Cardblade all the time. If there's ever a world where they do a tag match where it's just Jay White wanting to do a 1v2 match, and it's him and Cardblade, and he just never tags Cardblade, and they just have Cardblade standing up on the edge of the ring the whole time, I'd love it.
Well, there's 2 ways you can go about that, too. He tags Cardblade in desperation, Cardblade gets pinned, or he beats the shit out of his opponent, tags Cardblade, and has Cardblade get the 3 count.
You know the team to do that with?
It might as well be the ROH guys that fucking MJF beat.
Well, yeah, they'd be the team to beat in a 1v2. But the team to do that and actually put on a match with Cardblade, Golden Lovers.
Hell yeah, Golden Lovers.
Kota Ibushi put on a match with a blow-up doll. He's put on a match with a child. I guarantee you Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi would put on a match with a cardboard cutout of Switchblade Jay White, and it would be a banger.
Yeah. My number 3, a little bit of a favoritism here, but I absolutely enjoy him no matter what company he's in. And if there was less titles, his run would mean a lot more. But that would be one Samoa Joe. I just feel like Samoa Joe hasn't lived up to his full potential since ROH, maybe early Impact days. And I know it's Ring of Honor. Yeah. So I'm a big Samoa Joe guy, and I feel like it's nice to see Samoa Joe being Samoa Joe again. But I don't know, should he count as an ROH guy? Or are we just counting ROH guys and AEW guys together?
I think you count them together. Tony does.
Yeah, so I was hard to put Samoa Joe or Daniel Bryan, which one first. But I went Samoa Joe first, but I love both those guys. All right, you're number 3?
I do love that Joe has gone back to core Joe, like to the Joe we all know and love, that it feels like it's been a return to form. For me, number 3 is Konosuke Takeshita. I think this kid is undeniably going to be one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, barring some fluke thing derailing him. He is in-ring going to be a fucking monster by the end of his life. This guy is amazing. And he has so much presence and charisma with his body language that's just so good that if he ever learns to fluidly speak English, it's going to be even better. But if he goes back to Japan, I see the guy having an all-star career for the rest of his life, easily being like Okada level.
Yeah, and on top of that, that's why they also have managers, so it'd be good. We did not compare lists, so he's my number 2. I love him one point higher. I think he's the future. I think you should be finding wrestlers outside of just the Fed, and he's becoming a star, and he's the ace of DDT, and just absolutely fantastic. So yeah, he is my number 2, and there's not much more I could say except if AEW goes down the right path, he's the future of this company.
Oh yeah, he's undeniably one of the biggest stars they have in the making.
All right, you're number 2.
You rated him a little bit low, but for me, number 2 is MJF.
All right.
While he does have flaws, I think especially when just the other day I was reading Mark Henry was saying how backstage MJF will often be helping other people work on promos. He'll help other people with their gimmicks before the show, that he'll help production before the show, that he just helps people in general. So behind the scenes he's very helpful. He gets wrestling in a way that very few people seem to get wrestling. It just clicks for the guy mentally. He understands wrestling as a business. And I think he protects kayfabe harder than maybe any wrestler of the last 15 to 20 years. This man protects kayfabe right now. Because
And
most
he,
of the guys, go ahead.
I don't know. I was just gonna add to protecting kayfabe. He does it where it's entertaining and you don't look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, it feels like his character's just a real character.
Yeah.
Even though there are cracks in it sometimes, he does he does a phenomenal job of just keeping the kayfabe going all the time. And I think that's really great. And also why this face run's going to be fun for him, I imagine, since he's been being a dick for so long. Now he gets to like show his love for the fans in a way as it gets going more. But I
And
think
no, I was gonna say, and the thing about his face run is he's not 100% dedicated to it, so he could switch back and it'd be a way smoother transition back to heel.
oh yeah, he can easily go, I was your scumbag, but I was a scumbag. It's an easy transition to go from I was your scumbag to I'm still a scumbag though.
Yeah.
Um, I think MJF is they need to hold on to MJF for all that they can, and MJF needs to stay the staple that he's been. I think losing MJF would be one of the worst blows AEW could suffer.
Yeah. And I could see that. My number one is what you just said. If this person's gone, I think I stop watching instantly.
Kenny Omega is.
It's Kenny Omega.
I know
Like in Japan, AEW is known as Kenny's promotion. Like it's just like, oh, AEW, Kenny's promotion. Oh, like if Kenny Omega disappears tomorrow, he shows up in a Royal Rumble. Kenny Omega says, "Hey, I'm going to fucking retire." There isn't enough to grasp me holding on to. Like I think I go like with Kenny Omega there and the potential of seeing him, I don't miss a show. Kenny Omega leaves. Sid, was there any good matches I should watch? I'd turn into that fan instantly overnight. Instantly, in a snap of a finger. I think the company is in his image, and I think because Tony and him listen to the wrong critics, we're never going to see Kenny wrestle that great unless it's at Kingdom. And
there's also I think on the other end of that spectrum, even if we had like wavered off as fans to where we were barely ever watching, if we heard Golden Lovers was running an angle or storyline,
we're there.
we are instantly back interested off of that alone. Like that's the kind of draw and pull he has with fans who know him, who are fans of Kenny Omega from Japan, because they know Kenny Omega at his best is magic.
Let's say they give Edge everything, and it becomes, Dixie Carter's TNA. And I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm going to take a break. If Kenny has a 1v1 match or an important match with the Golden Lovers, I'm fucking there. I'm there every fucking time. So, number one, Kenny. I know some fans don't like Kenny Omega, but you will when he shows up at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, man, I just had an idea.
What's that?
If they let Daniel Bryan go on a tear and just keep beating people for his last year, Kenny Omega still got a lot of good gas in the tank.
Yeah.
I kind of would love to see Kenny Omega be the one to top one and retire him.
That would be nice.
And that be the way that Kenny breaks his own bad luck.
Yeah. It would be interesting. Because here's the thing, like, Kenny's so good. He's one of the few guys, and there isn't many. Finn Balor, shut the fuck up. Nakamura, sit the fuck down. Dolph Ziggler, shut up. He's one of the few guys that are like, it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. His matches are something special. Yeah. And I don't think there's many people that are like that. And it's just fucking kind of sad that he has to be EVP because, like, the belt collector is one of the best fucking things going. And it's just like, yeah. So, and him and Will Ospreay hopefully will have more matches down the line.
I'm genuinely hoping that he's just helping get Coda back out into ring readiness, and it's just that's what he's been doing lately.
I hope so, but I'm sure
Is
like
getting Coda back up to snuff.
I'm sure running a company and there's got to be pressure. It's like, well, I'm in charge. I can't be the champ, but
Andy plays a lot of Street Fighter.
yeah. I missed, dude. I went to 3 to 4 days at a Tokyo Game Show, and the one day I didn't show up, Kenny did.
Oh, you fool!
I am a fool. I'm a fucking
My
loser.
number one
Microphone abuser. Go ahead.
My number one is Swerve Strickland.
Really? He's hot
I've
as
always
fuck.
kind of liked him, but man, he's got it, dude. He found something over the last few years that just made it click for him, man. Cause like he was always good. Like when he was Killshot and Lucha Underground.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
Fucking great matches. The guy has always been good in ring, but now he like his promos, his flow, he has good rhythm. The way he moves in the ring and transitions between things looks so good. He is one of those guys that I feel is a complete full character. That his character is it in and out of ring. He understands and has his character locked down. And I think he's amazing in the ring. I think he's amazing on the mic. And I think he's going to be one of those huge guys over the next few years, if barring injury.
I feel foolish not having him on my list.
Because he's crazy hot right now, too.
Yeah. And he's delivering. It's not like...
Yeah. He's not hot being pushed out undeservedly. He's hot, and him and Prince Nana have been amazing. His stable has elevated the guys that have been in it. Well, okay. Honestly, I think his stable's elevated the guys for the most part. The guys who take part in the dancing with Prince Nana, I feel, are more elevated than the guys who do not.
Yeah. So,
but overall, Swerve and everything around Swerve has been magic for the last few weeks, at least. And I can't wait. I hope he stays here for a long time.
And I kind of agree with you. I feel kind of foolish. You win FAVE 5. I don't know if you could win FAVE 5, but you just did. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz.
Thank you.